paths. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
The views and opinions expressed on Trudging Together are solely those of the host, co-host, and our guests. They do not necessarily reflect the views of any organization, fellowship, or other entity, and definitely not your boss, your neighbor, or that one guy in your home group. The content of this program is not intended to replace medical, psychological, or professional advice. If you're looking for that, please seek guidance from qualified professionals who spent way too many years in school. What you'll hear here is based on lived experience, recovery journeys, and the occasional bad coffee-fueled joke. Trudging Together is not affiliated with any 12-step fellowship. We are simply people sharing our stories and walking this path together, one day at a time. Thank you for joining us, and remember, recovery is serious business, but that doesn't mean we can't laugh along the way.
Dion's back. Back again. Dion's back. Tell a friend. Bump one up. Bump one up. Hello. I should be playing video games right now and relaxing. Probably what I should be doing, but it's not what I am doing. Oh, yeah. No. Good stuff. Tried to go to a meeting, then Pastor Marshall wanted to talk. Tried to go to another meeting, but I just wasn't feeling it, so I went to the 3:00 meeting. So I went to 1.5 meetings today. In the last meeting I was in, the person that brought up the topic ended up leaving. They never shared on it. Few heads up, when you're chairing a meeting, it is your job to come up with a topic everybody can understand, including the shaking alcoholic newcomer, especially when it is a newcomers meeting. Right? I got to come up with topics all the time. So, yeah, I don't hear any complaints about it. Yeah, I was actually talking to Pastor Marcia. She always brings up the weirdest stuff. Hey, Amber, good to see you. I was telling her how a friend and I are going to go down to this church who has a Celebrate Recovery meeting, and one of the RCOs is clearly breaking tradition. They wrote this whole thing of something that they were, and it's just one lie after another. So we're going to go down and talk to the church about it. Yes, we are. And we're just going to show up. In this case, I'm not going to give them a chance to get their story straight first. Nope. And I was talking to Pastor Marcia about it. I'd make sure it's the right thing. And she's like, that reminds me of the time Jesus went into Nazareth. I don't know if it was Nazareth or not. I did look it up. With a whip. I'm like, really? Now, here's the thing, and this may sound a little religion-y, and I apologize. Hi, Amber. Good to see you. Good to see you. Go Chiefs. Oh, they're not in the playoffs. You got a year break. They'll be back next year, and yeah, don't be surprised if Mahomes rips through everybody next year. That boy's he's got a winning streak in him that scares me. He's a great quarterback, so I got to give him that. Absolutely. But yeah, I'm like, well, I am good with whips. I am. I'm actually very good with whips. No, it is not a sadomasochist thing. It's more of a it's more of a Raiders of the Lost Ark thing. But yeah, I was talking to her about it, and yeah, it's just kind of weird, because I was talking to her about because Jesus comes up a lot, right? And I was telling her, for me, there is one God, and it is an ultimate God. And from my understanding, Jesus was a child of God, right? Was he not? Yeah. Maybe he was a little bit further along than we were, right? But you know what I am? You know what you are? A child of God. Are you catching it? We're all supposed to be Jesus. We're all Jesus. It's about understanding the teachings and doing it. Anyway, that's as far as it goes for me right now. I just always find it interesting that when I talk to her about things, that she has a story from the Bible that matches with it. Right. And this is where he went and overturned tables. And that's what I do. I walk into rooms and people leave. And that's what the whip is. That it's more of a, what would you call it? And I don't want to say example because that's not right. All right. He did actually carry one, but it was to whip the animals off because people were making money off the church. So, yes, I will come in and overturn the table. I don't have any problem with that. In fact, I might enjoy it a little. It's about the right thing. It's about the truth. And so I apologize if that felt a little religion-y. I'm not a religious person, so, but I am trying to discover more. And what is that? That's progress, right? Did I say hi, leisure? If not, then hello. Um, topic here today is how do we know that we're really making progress? In the beginning, it's tough, man. It's tough to know whether or not you are actually making progress. Why? Because we are the last people to see anything new in us or change in us. Right? Because we're with ourselves 24 hours a day. Remember when you were a kid and you see an aunt or uncle and you hadn't seen them maybe for a few months and they're like, "Man, you have grown." You're like, "Yeah, I haven't grown an inch. I don't know what you're talking about. I look exactly the same." Right? But we're the first to see that, we alcoholics are judgmental people and we can very much see the change in other people. Not all judgment is bad. Okay. There's a thing called discernment and understanding when and how to judge. Judging isn't always bad. Um, it's just we alcoholics tend to think that way. All right. Like the word consequences. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. The double Daily Trudge. If you're here, please say hello, whether you're watching the live or the rewatch. I'll make a quick announcement here real quick because I think I'm going to do it. So you folks, my listeners can help. I need you to help me with something. And I have an outlet for homeless people with a 6-month program that is 100% free. It is about reintegration. It is based off the 12 steps. And it is free. First 30 days, you're on blackout. You ain't talking to nobody. In fact, before you go in, you have to have 30 days of supply of meds that you're on and stuff. Right? And the plan is to go downtown and ask people if they want help. That's the plan. And yes, I'll be bringing a camera. Yes, I will be posting it. Okay? Not live. Now, anybody else on camera besides me is going to be blurred out. Their faces are going to be blurred out. And I will not be using their names. And I will be utilizing this to raise a little bit of money so I can help more people. Because I've got to be able to pay for the gas and the car and this other stuff to get it done. I may need other things for them. Maybe I need to put a little bit of alcohol in them before I take them to detox. Right. But then what we can do is we can take them to detox once they're out, straight to treatment. Yes. And it will work. All right. So I'm a little off topic. Right now, we're talking about how do we know that we are making progress? Because progress isn't about how good I feel today. Okay. Although that is a progress, usually, for a long time. I wasn't going to, yeah. But, today may feel good, but that isn't that isn't really the progress. What's the progress is how differently we handle what the day brings. Right? Whether you got yelled at work, or maybe somebody said something to you that was a little off kilter. Maybe you were in a rush to work and you hit every red light along the way. Who knows what it is? Okay. It is how you are reacting to those things. That is the progress. See, I still get angry. I still get sad. And these aren't necessarily negative emotions unless I decide to sit in them and wallow in them and take them to the extreme that we alcoholics do. Before that, it's motivation. My anger is a motivation. And what's the motivation? To do the right thing, which means I'm going to need some direction. Well, I mean, right? So a lot of us are waiting to feel better before we believe we are even making progress. But recovery doesn't work like that. Okay. What is progress? Well, it usually shows up as less chaos, not necessarily happiness. Okay. Because you hear people say it all, I just want to be happy. If this happened, I would be happy. Here's the problem with that. Number one, happiness can only happen in one place, right now. You don't know if that situation is actually going to make you happy. It hasn't happened. You don't know the end result of it yet. You don't. Did you give any thought to it? All right. So, all right. So now that doesn't mean that you're not going to have more moments of happiness. You will, but happiness is a dividend emotion. So what else does happiness require? Action. It requires action. You cannot have happiness without action involved. Gratitude. Gratitude is a base emotion, like fear. All right. But there again, you can't have gratitude and grateful without action. Actually, you can make a gratitude list without action. You can do that. But if you want to be grateful, right? Leisure says, "Don't worry, Dion. What am I worrying about?" Are you talking about the idea that I had? So, if so, okay, I get. Oh, okay, now I got it. Don't worry. Be happy. Okay, now I got it. So, we tend to have these expectations on what progress is going to look like. Okay, it is not peace 100% of the time. No. Again, peace is practiced. It's earned. All right. Now that doesn't mean that you're not going to have patience. Okay. It's not always clarity. It's not necessarily motivation. And it's not never struggling. If progress meant we felt good all the time, then none of us would stay sober. Because there wouldn't be challenges in your life. And we alcoholics need those challenges. Those challenges are the progress. How you are dealing with those problems is the progress. All right? Ask. Do you notice any progress in me? Okay. But more than anything, be encouraging. Remember what you went through in your early recovery and you just thought you were a piece of crap for months? You didn't see any progress going on. Man, this program ain't working. Because our intentions change. We're doing something different, but now we're used to that different. We're used to going to the meeting. We're used to talking with our sponsor, but we're not really seeing any progress in ourselves. Maybe you're stuck on the 4-step forever. Oh, man, you cannot be up in the air that long. That will lead to drinking. I watch it often. And what is there? Well, there's balance in that. Hi, Amber. That was the topic of the meeting, that we were just in balance, and nobody knew what to say, because balance isn't necessarily a topic. Topic would be like, how did you create balance? We got to lead these people. Again, your job as a chairperson is to come up with a topic that people understand, including the shaking alcoholic who can barely hear you. Right? So, what are some signs of progress? You're responding differently. Maybe you went all week, you didn't drink. Saturday night you had a drink. You're sober today, hungover today or whatever, and you went right back to your meetings. That's progress. And anybody that says any different doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's one thing I'm not going to move on because they're stuck in relapse. Well, relapse is entirely different than slipping, right? Leisure sounds like a newbie picked the topic. You're not wrong, Scott. He says, LOA, just kidding. But you were correct, though. I think if it's a newcomer meeting, you shouldn't ask for a topic. It's steps 1, 2, and 3. We already have the topic. It's a newcomers meeting. We don't need to have these these really creative and ideas and stuff for topics. No, keep it simple. Keep it simple. All right. So you pause instead of react. You have the same feelings. All right. What is that pause? That's recovery. Right. All right. All right. Leisure says, damn, in the early days, just doing something other than drinking was progress. Absolutely, it is. How many times have you gone to a meeting? Well, I only have 10 days. Oh, man, that group's going to erupt. It'd be like, no, you have 10 days. Yeah. Oh, Michelle snuck in. Hey, Michelle, good to see you. Yeah, I don't. It says that there are 2 people here, but that number's hardly ever correct because there's 3 people here. Quit lowering my numbers, Restream. I hit numbers all over the place. Oh, this has been watched. I don't think that they're accurate though. Right. And like today, I'll give you a couple of examples. Out of the 4 clips I did today, 36, 153, 71, 104. At 171, 136, 160. But are those real? Because when I go to my phone, I get different statistics in Instagram. Right. So now let's go back. According to this, okay, what's it saying over here? According to this, and I have to 86, that says 36, 178, that says 153, 120, that says 71, 123, that's 104. See these never things, and I can only work with the truth. You can't work with anything else. So I don't know if it's actually happening. I would say out of 170, maybe 3 people watch the whole thing. Is it counting it because somebody was on it for 2 seconds, 3 seconds? I don't want that to be counted. What I want to be counted is they watched the whole thing. That will tell me that'll give me a true number. But they love to beef these numbers up to get you excited, but they are not true numbers. All right. I had to change the topic for a second so I can get you back there. All right. Maybe you had a problem and you called your sponsor. Yeah, that's progress. Was your action different? That's progress. Yes, it is. And it's great progress. Leisure says you sound like Rain Man with all those numbers. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Definitely like numbers. Yeah. Yeah. 243. There's 243 toothpicks. Yeah. Yo, just jelly of me with your Mahomes comment. It took you 20 minutes to come up with that. So I know I won. Progress isn't no pain, it's shorter pain. All right? All right. So this is gonna be too much longer. I need to wrap up my day and stuff, right? But you'll notice things. Are you developing better relationships? Do you have better boundaries? Right? Are you going to meetings, making calls, being, you know? So I'm gonna give one key. I'm gonna give a couple indicators that you are making. Oh, you just remembered that I can go with Amber because I know that you got a shit ton of things going on too. So I'll give it to you. I am jealous that Mahomes is an ass kicker. So yeah, but now we got Bo Nix. So and Travis Kelsey is retiring. So yeah, no more Tay Tay luck. We're just having fun, just so you know. Oh, I think it'd be interesting to go watch a Chiefs and Broncos game with Amber because we don't really get angry about football. So, all right. So, what's a good indicator? And people may not agree with me on this. Drunk dreams. Yeah, drunk dreams are an indicator that you are making progress because if you are uncomfortable, you are probably making progress. And since you're uncomfortable, your brain is looking for the way out. That's why. That's why, because you're dealing with something. You are actually confronting it, and it is making your brain uncomfortable. Drunk dreams are a great sign that you are actually making progress. Progress, what did we mention? Progress and being uncomfortable tend to go hand in hand. It's understanding that you are uncomfortable and that is okay, is where acceptance comes in. Yeah. Amber says football and politics won't ruin my serenity. Absolutely. Absolutely. I would agree with that. There's no point. There's just no point. I don't see anyway. Right. So drunk dreams, they don't mean that you're failing. It means that your brain is healing. Eventually, those dreams will turn into the right thing because your brain just you haven't given it enough yet. This is what happens. When you drink, it kills your brain cells. It it destroys your synapses. And your synapses is what carries the information. You cannot get those back, but you can create new ones that you can do. And you do that by staying consistent, by doing what you're supposed to be doing and making progress. Okay. Are you claiming spiritual progress? It says it in the book several times that we claim spiritual progress. The saying isn't progress, not perfection. It is we claim spiritual progress rather than spiritual perfection. That is, that's the line. Quit taking the spiritual out of it because then it's not the same thing. Then it's progress, not perfection, which is not the line. Now, what you've done is you've told people not to seek perfection. And I'm going to tell you something that is wrong. I am seeking perfection. Absolutely. I will reach it one day. I will. I'll be dead. That's the day I'll be perfect. Okay. Until then, I'm going to strive to do the best that I can. But I need something to go after. Right. But we alcoholics love to take these lines and conform them to what we think is right. Right. Nothing in either is worth jeopardizing your sobriety. Yeah. And what he's saying is neither football or politics is worth jeopardizing your sobriety. Neither one is worth that. Right. So what's happening? Well, old pathways are firing and new form ones. You're separating there's a separation now between you and the drink. Okay. The devil don't like this stuff either, just so you know. Throw that in there. Just kind of lob that in there. All right. The lower power of our understanding. He don't like this stuff. He doesn't want you better. And he's gonna challenge you. He's gonna invade your dreams, he can do other things. Okay. Okay. So the the so what else? Okay, this is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the big book here real quick, and we're going to read the third step promises. The promises are indicators to progress. That's why they are there. All right. So page what? 62 around there. 63. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the pronouns to I, me. Now, instead of me going through this and being like, oh, yeah, these might happen, I am making a statement about my own recovery and say this out loud. Do it every now and again. In fact, when we're done here, go do it. And your gut will tell you exactly whether it has happened or not. It will. All right. When I sincerely took such a position, all sorts of remarkable things followed. I had a new employer. Statement. Being all powerful, he provided what I needed if I kept close to him and performed his work well. There's a requirement there that you stay close to him, perform his work well. Then he will provide you with what you need, but that's got to come first, and then you will be provided what you are needed. Established on such a footing, I became less and less interested in myself, my little plans and designs. More and more, I became interested in seeing what I could contribute to life. Now, as I'm going through this, you know what's happening to me? It's reinforcing my self worth. Yes, because all of this happens to me all the time. Every promise in this big book has come true for me. Every single one of them. All right. As I more and more I was interested in seeing what I could contribute to life. As I felt new power flow in, as I enjoyed peace of mind, as I discovered I could face life successfully. See how it's a statement. Okay. And what is it? It's the truth. And the truth is that I became conscious of his presence. I began to lose my fear of today, tomorrow, and the hereafter. I was reborn. I was reborn. It means it's in the past. It means it happened. Now, if you can say it, I was reborn, and your tummy goes, yay, then you have your answer. If it goes, yeah, not quite there, that's okay too. Now it's a marker in your head on what is to come for you, and your intentions will change, and then it'll happen if you stay close to him and perform his work well. All right. So the problem is we are standing too close to ourselves to see the change. But who can see the change in us? Our family, sponsors, people in the rooms. That's why accountability is so important. Because when you go to the same home group each time and they know what is going on with you, then they'll know how to encourage you. They'll be like, what are you talking about? Just the other week, I watched you do something that was amazing. Encouragement. Be encouraging all the time. All the time. Be encouraging. You're a judgmental person. That means that you can see the good in people too. Use it. Tell them. Don't give fake compliments though. If someone trusts says you're different, believe them. Right? So Progress in the Daily Trudge isn't about leaps. It's about less wreckage today than yesterday. The only comparison you should ever make is you from a previous point in time to now. It's the only comparison. It's the only true comparison that could be made. Comparing yourself to other people is not going to give you the truth. It's going to give you visions of things that you might want to be. Pop up grassroots tonight? No. If you guys want to, go for it. I'm done with Zoom for the day. I I've had over 20 hours of Zoom in the last 2.5 days. I'm done. Right? If your mind is working while you sleep and your life is working better while you're awake, something's happening. Right? So, is this progress? Put in comments. Someone else needs to hear it. All right. Those are some of the ways that you can kind of determine. Ask yourself, okay, write it down. What progress have I made in the last couple of weeks? You're going to come up with something. You are. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And Amber, if you want to throw that in the grassroots group, I will open it, but I will not stick around. I'm happy to do that, though. So, but if you want to do that, Amber, fucking go for it. I will support you in it. I'll be playing video games, but I'll support you. Who knows? I may not even do that. All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I appreciate it. I love you. You know I do. Peace out.